This is the book Beat Depression by David Hinds from the year 2001. This is the chapter 27, Retired, on the scrap heap, depressed. I love everything that's old, old friends, old times, old manners, old books, old wines. Oliver Goldsmith, 1728 to 74. She stoops to conquer. The bottom line, it is better to wear out than to rust out. Retirement can pose a tremendous problem for people who relied upon their job to give them purpose and structure in life. Except for those people who relish the prospect of retirement and have many other interests or projects in mind, retirement, when it comes, can seem bleak and unstructured. Many retirees miss going to work, they miss their workmates, and they find themselves wondering how everybody is coping without them. Sooner or later, they are forced to conclude that their former colleagues are probably managing perfectly well without them, and that realization brings with it a certain emptiness, a chilling awareness of being destined for the scrap heap. According to a MORI poll commissioned by the UK charity Help the Aged in association with British Gas and conducted nationwide during the year 2000, old people in Britain are facing an epidemic of loneliness and isolation. More than 1 million of those over 65 revealed that they felt trapped in their own homes. Even more disturbing is the revelation that no fewer than 18% of them say they have gone for a whole week without speaking to friends, neighbours or family. Mervyn Kohler, head of policy at Help the Aged, said, "This survey graphically illustrates the sheer scale of the terrible loneliness and isolation felt by many older people in Britain. You shouldn't feel lonely, isolated or depressed just because you are old. If you feel this way, don't hesitate. Contact your doctor, your social services department, or the local or regional office of Help the Aged and ask for help. Despite evidence to the contrary, this is still a caring country, and there is someone sitting behind a desk right now, or there will be at 9 a.m. waiting to help you. With the best will in the world, they can't tell you about the wonderful initiatives and opportunities available to you to meet socially with others, unless they are made aware of your predicament. In my experience of working with the older generation as a stress management consultant, they are a wily lot. They have known tough times before. Once they have been given sound advice and pointed in the direction of a solution, they can often steal a march on their younger counterparts because they have recourse to a lifetime of wisdom and experience. Do make the effort to get out whenever you can. I know it can be difficult when you are old because of physical problems like stiff joints or swollen ankles, but it is worthwhile. Staying at home all the time can make you brood on things. This really doesn't help and actually makes you feel more helpless and depressed. So whenever neighbours, family, friends, charity workers or the local community warden offer assistance, let them help you to get out. Even if you are not interested in making new friends, it is a good idea to have some diversity and excitement in your life to keep boredom at bay. If you go to a day centre, they may have their own transport that you can use. Above all, be open to new possibilities. My aunt Frida, crippled at birth and born with no neck, has lived alone in North London ever since the death of my grandmother. I am not aware that she has ever had a partner, not until a few years ago, that is, at the age of 79, when a retired British Army captain stopped her in the street and offered to carry her bag of shopping for her. Instead of instinctively saying no thank you, she studied him, smiled her lovely smile, and said yes please. This simple act of chivalry marks the beginning of the most wonderful period in her life, until sadly last year Robert died. My aunt, for the first time in her life, had discovered the joy of love, and her life is richer and more meaningful for the experience. She has food, rereads as she has fond and happy memories of their short time together that sustain her to this day. So the recipe for a happy retirement is to gently bring to a close your previous working life, unless you can benefit from it from home, of course. Be open to new possibilities and move on. This doesn't mean you can't remember your achievements with pride and enjoy thinking and talking about the old times. It just means you mustn't allow yourself to be frozen into your former working life.